everyone, and welcome back. This week I watched the KU Theater's performance of H.M.S. Pinafore, and it had a central theme in the performance based around class systems. In the production, Ralph, who is a sailor on the ship HMS Pinafore, wants so badly to marry his captain's daughter, but they are in two different class systems. And the captain expects his daughter to marry Sir Joseph Porter, who is a character who's in a class system above them. He is upset when his daughter ignores Sir Joseph's pursuits, and Josephine, who is the captain's daughter, finally agrees to elope with Ralph, despite her father's arrangements and their difference in class systems. According to Spartacus Educational, in the old days in England, which is where this production takes place, women were expected to marry a man with equal or sometimes even higher social class than them. This was considered a social norm, so when Ralph and Josephine defy the rules, they are defying the class system altogether. This theme also goes along with political theater as well, because what the government and the laws expect individuals to follow is not what the characters are actually following. This also sends the message to the audience that love conquers all, even despite social class and any differences that individuals may have. This theme from KU Theater's production can also be relevant today, not only with class systems, but also with age or gender as well. It shows the social conflict of the play and also shows the audience and the acceptance of defined social class and that all people are equal. This production is about ignoring the status quo, and it shows that money and power are not the only things in life that matter, and that there is actually a lot more to life. When the captain hears of Ralph and Josephine's agreement to elope, he wants Ralph to be put in jail. This performance was written in the 19th century, so it was a normal thing to be sent to jail for marrying someone that you technically aren't allowed to marry. According to Britannica, social classes used to largely determine the path of someone's life, and going against them can cause one to end up in jail and even in severe cases, execution. Nowadays, this is rarely ever heard of when it comes to marrying against the social norm of social class, age, or gender, which shows how far the world has really come. I believe that KU's performance is highlighting the main idea that class systems do not matter and that love conquers all. This performance also contains a few moments of satire towards the end, and the plot twist that reveals that Ralph and the captain were actually switched at birth, so Ralph can actually marry Josephine happily. And Sir Joseph is no longer suitable for her since she isn't in that high class that she thought she was in. The plot twist is humorous to me because it is ironic that the captain is so upset over Ralph's social class when he actually is the one that's a part of that social class and Ralph is in his. It also shows social change of classes and creates a sort of acceptance for class changing and marrying outside of your social class. This political and satire performance of H.M.S. Pinafore concluded with a happy ending for all characters and brings everyone together, ultimately promoting acceptance. And a few examples of terms that costumes support the overarching message of the play behind social class. You can tell that the higher class characters looked more presentable. They were wearing nice suits or dresses, whereas sailors on the ship or the lower class were wearing more worn down clothing. They also were doing things like sweeping and cleaning for the higher class captain and daughter on the ship. That is all that I have. Thank you all for listening.